First days are big. Do you remember your first day at school or in a new class? First days are big because they mean change. I want to tell you about someone who faced the biggest change ever. He was a criminal. I know this sounds strange, but his first day was his last day. This person's story is found in the book of Luke. There were 3 men. Let me tell you about this guy. He'd let the small sins of his heart grow until they were out of control. Selfishness, lies, anger, greed. If this paper shows what his heart was like, it was full of mess and muck. This man was a thief, and he'd taken people's stuff. He'd also hurt and killed people to get what he wanted. He was a bad criminal. Then there was this guy. He had the same problem. He didn't care who he hurt. He did what he wanted and took what he wanted. The sin in his heart had got out of control. His heart was a big mess, like this. These men lived years ago when the punishment for the worst criminals was to be nailed to a wooden cross and hang there until you die. But there was a third man whose name was Jesus. Let me tell you about him. Well, there isn't so much to tell you. No mess to write on his shirt. There was no sin, no lies, no selfishness, no time when he'd done anything wrong. Jesus had lived a perfect life, yet there he was nailed to a cross with the worst of sinners. All 3 men were put on crosses to die. The 2 criminals were being punished for things they had done wrong. Jesus was being punished when he had done nothing wrong. It wasn't fair. As they were close to death, they had one last conversation.
Jesus, if you think you're a great big saviour, save yourself and us. You should fear God. We are getting our punishment, but this man has done no wrong. Jesus, remember me when you get to your kingdom.
This man knows he's a sinner. He also knows that Jesus is a saviour. He's saying, I'm helpless. I can't do anything. You are my only hope, Jesus.
Listen! Today you'll be with me in heaven.
What Jesus said to the man is amazing. He said the bad man would be with him in heaven. It should be impossible. But it's not. Here's why. On the cross, perfect Jesus took the punishment that sin deserves. It's like he put on all the messy sin of others and was punished for it, so that sinners like us can be forgiven. The criminal trusted Jesus to save him. His last day on earth was also his first day with Jesus in heaven. He gave his sin to Jesus and got Jesus' perfect life instead. Will you do the same?